Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless and it is love based. You've seen the thumbnail, it says short and sweet love. So we are going to see how your crush flirts. That's in general, but we're definitely going to see how that relates to you and their feelings for you. Okay, now before I get into the pile selection, I just want to say I did not intend to go as long without posting as I did. I think it's been about a week. We had been on a roll, but I broke our tripod traveling. And that's also why the setup is a little bit differently. So hopefully it works fine and we can all see. But yeah, we're not in our usual setup currently. But you know, I'm taking one for the team. Your girl's not at home and she's still posting. I feel like I deserve the love for this one, okay? So I'm not gonna delay this any further. I'm gonna hop right into the pile selection. For those of you that may be visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me describe each pile so that you can make your selection, you may do so now. Pile 1 is the strawberry shortcake. Pile 2 is the orange cake, and pile 3 is the kiwi shortcake, for lack of a better term. That's the way I'm describing it, but it's all cakes, all light cakes with fruit inside. Okay, so I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, my strawberry shortcake pile. Let's see how your crush flirts and how they flirt with you specifically, as well as how they may be feeling currently at the time of you selecting this reading. I do want to lead with all of the connections that you could think of, all of the various labels like single, no contact, long distance, twin flame, soulmate, all of the things, karmic, whatever label you have, could be your ex, past, present, future connections. It's all listed in the description box as well. You can apply it to any of those situations, okay? Any of those scenarios. So let's hop right into your reading. Strawberry shortcake. I'm going to get an overview from this deck just to see your crush's overall style of flirting. So tell me about pile 1's crush. How do they flirt? And how may they be flirting with pile 1? Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can get one, and there we go. So that is sweet. Okay, wish come true. It says someone will possess all the qualities you ever wanted in a partner, a dream come true. So this feels like two personalities coming through distinctly. This is someone that is likely to show off, to kind of like prove their worth, their worthiness of your attention, or it could also be someone that is very bashful, like shy, like a little soft-spoken when you're around. But regardless, it's someone that either is flashy and wants to be seen, or they kind of are shy, a little soft-spoken, but when they engage you, it's from a very sweet, very gentle, pure way of, like, they probably gas you up. Like, they probably compliment you a lot, making sure you know how good you are at certain things, how good you look in certain situations. Like, that's this person's flirting style. Okay, just making you feel really good and then putting themselves in a position to really look good as it comes to you. Okay, lovely energy. Let me see where listen, this is my first time trying this setup, y'all, so we're gonna watch and learn together. Yes, if you watch the intro, you realize that I am traveling, and so we do not have our standard setup. We're trying something different. So we have on guard. Guards will be up in this relationship. It's okay to be cautious and take it slow, but make an effort to trust a little more. So here's the thing. Again, that's those two personalities coming through. So your person, pile 1, is either kind of guarded and like pretends to be disinterested, or they're the type that kind of like tries to build your trust, right? Like they work with you, they work on you, like they kind of build up a connection where even if it's just casual, like for example, if you meet this person and you see them regularly because you go to the same gym or store or something like that, if that's where you see them, like when they see you, they try to be friendly, like a little small talk, even the shy, timid ones in this pile. And like, it's just like building a certain trust, right? Like whatever the connection is, whatever the conversations and the chatter between the two of you. And I do know there's chatter because as I was setting up for your pile, the birds were really chirping. So it's a lot of talking that happens between the two of you, or at least this is kind of what your person would like. But it just feels like this person is trying to make sure that you see value in them and value in anything they may know. And just the word value is the biggest theme here about your crush and how they flirt. Like something about making sure the person they're interested in feels valued, and something about them being able to add value to someone's life. Like that's the flirt. Like this is someone 100% that would probably brag. This person would be like, listen, I can support like a person, a family, like I have this, I have that. Like not saying they're super materialistic, but they may be that way in some instances as a means to kind of make you or anyone they're interested in romantically feel like they're trustworthy, like they're safe, if that makes sense. Definitely the case, but I do see this guard energy as possibly the reason why I'm getting two distinct personalities. Your person may, in some instances, be both, right? So some of you, it'll be one side if they're consistent, but those of you where there's an inconsistency, this person's really loud, flashy, showboaty 1 minute or very shy, guarded the next. Like that's possibly the energy coming through for this pile. Okay, now let's hop right into the tarot and see more about how your crush flirts, right? Like on guard feels like a little bit of hard to get in some instances as well. That may be those of you where you're getting like a bit of an inconsistent energy. Almost like a I'm too good kind of an energy. I don't know why that would be considered flirting, but that's kind of an energy. Or it could even be the opposite instance of you're so amazing, like I have to be guarded because like, you know what I mean? Like kind of put themselves down and build you up. That's an interesting energy. So let's see. Tell me more about pile one's crush. Let's see, because okay, so 8 of Pentacles, and then it did fall in the reverse. So here's the thing. This is why the energy is so weird at coming in at the beginning. Your crush, the way that they flirt, even when they're trying really hard to figure out what they're going to say, what they're going to do, they make it seem effortless with 8 of Pentacles in reverse, right? 8 of Pentacles talks about being good, like it's an affirmation of skill. It talks about working efficiently, knowing that you're going to be successful, right? Working, toiling away. This is someone applying no effort. So either your person does not know how to flirt very well, which is why the energy is very weird coming through. They may be very insecure, right? So like, again, their flirting style with 8 of Pentacles could be, oh, it's not going to work. Like, I'm not good enough. Like that, you know what I mean? Like kind of put themselves down and build you up. Or it could be the opposite, like kind of a negging energy in some instances where this person kind of puts you down a little bit. You know, they may have a mean, aggressive flirtation style. Just be mindful of that. But I'm getting those 3, right? Not good at it. Possibly very innocent and naive and how to do it, right? With the on guard, not knowing how to do it. And then you have being like that negging energy, but also effortless, right? Like either being very good at it, knowing exactly what to say, or not knowing anything to say. And again, some of you, your person's both at the same time, depending on the day, okay? So let me keep pulling cards to see more about your crush's flirtatious nature. Tell me more about pile one's crush and how they flirt with pile one and some possible feelings. Regardless of what energy, whether it's the inconsistent or one of the extremes, your person is insecure. It's just the way that it displays, right? Like you make them feel insecure. So it's either an energy of them feeling like they want to take you down a peg so that they can feel like they have a real chance, or them wanting to kind of build themselves up to look really good in front of you, or that both hot and cold at the same time because they're not sure what to do. You know what I mean? That kind of feels like what's coming through for your person. I'll take that one since it flew itself in hand. You do have the World, okay? Completion of a cycle. Like making sure, let's see. I feel some of you, your crush truly does not know how to flirt. I'm not saying that's the dominant energy. I just see it here that, you know, with wish come true, on guard especially, like they feel like you may be a wish come true and it's scary. Possibly this gives me innocent vibes, like not knowing how to do that and just kind of running away. Like I could see some of you, your person does not know how to flirt, and when they're in situations where they're going to have to or where it would make sense to, they'd rather just avoid it and run. I see that, okay? Now, those of you where it's not that energy, very loud, very showboaty. The World talks about follow through. It talks about completion of a cycle. It talks about long-term vision. So again, this is the type of person that likes to brag. This is a person that may talk about, like, I don't have to work very hard to be attractive or successful, like making it seem like their life is like kind of perfect and they have it all together. That's the kind of energy that this person projects as they're flirting. Like, you know, especially those that are very good at their words, like they'll hide certain aspects of their character, like their flaws specifically, to seem like a wish come true themselves. Because again, Eight of Pentacles could also be hard work, not necessarily like an overexerted energy. Someone outside is trying to start a car now, which is completely random. But maybe that's relevant to the reading. Like I feel like back in the day, like I would get that sometimes when I would sit next to the window. Like I would hear a lot of things outside that kind of went into play with your readings. And now I feel like I'm hearing a car starting to start up, and it kind of feels like it was struggling a little bit. But here we are with me talking about your person kind of either being wishy-washy or really, really shy or really, really aggressively, like not knowing how to approach you. It just feels like this person doesn't know how to flirt with you, even if they quote unquote know how to flirt. Like something about you make them feel so insecure that they may say the wrong things. Like they may not know what to say and run, or they'll come across as very arrogant and rude in some instances. I can see that for sure, but not because that's how they are, but because that's how they come across in situations where they actually find someone that they're very much interested in romantically, okay? So very awkward energy, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing if you make it past it. So let's see. Tell me more about Pile 1's crush. How do they flirt? And how do they flirt with Pile 1 specifically? And how are they feeling about Pile 1? Look at that. What did I say? The Sun. They like you a lot, for sure, right? Like a dream come true in the sun, right? But again, either you're just this bright, vibrant energy and they want to match it, or they want to highlight how much they are this energy as well, or they just don't feel like it at all. Like they don't feel like the sun. They don't feel like they have that energy that you have, and they feel like it's a hindrance of, like, you would reject them, okay? Depending on the stage of the connection, right? Because if you're in a committed connection, it could be this person having a deep fear of you leaving them, okay? Okay, but the sun, it is Leo, 5th house energy of like fun, of passion, of like personality. Like this person really tries to make sure you can see their personality, even in the guarded sense, even in the shy sense. Like they may be like very passive aggressive about the way that they do it. If you pay attention, you know what I mean. I don't even know how to describe that energy, but like even in their really quiet moments, they just want you to see them, like, you know what I mean? Like as a big personality. Like they want your attention. Okay? Like this may be someone that craves your attention, that always is looking for your attention, trying to gain your attention. Like even if they're not typically an attention seeker, something about you make them want your attention. Okay? Interesting. So let's see what's at the bottom. King of Swords. So this king is the master of intellect, the master of logic, the master of communication, right? It is air energy. And this is a person that, like I've been saying it in the pile, they're either very, very gifted with their words when they flirt. They're very bad with their words when they speak. Like there's no in between, right? And when I say bad with their words, it means they don't know what to say, so they run away, or they don't say anything, or they stutter, or they say something inappropriate or rude. Like, because the aggressive not knowing what to say, like that's still a shadow of not knowing what to say. It's saying all of the wrong things, being insulting, that negging energy, but not meaning to, but just, I mean, in some instances they may mean to, but not knowing how to communicate with someone like you that they find intriguing, okay? But yeah, I mean, some of you, it's either someone really, really suave, knows exactly what to say, possibly too good to be true because of how gifted they are with their words. Then there's other instances where it's like, man, this person is really rude. I don't even know why I like them. Or this person has no idea how to communicate with anyone. They never say anything, they run, right? That's the energy that comes through for you. So all right, let's hop right into these astrology-based oracle decks so we can get more energy. Tell me more about pile one. Great. Okay, so that's that insecure energy, and it is on guard. This person, like the feelings are very strong right now, and this person is not like feeling worthy of you. Like they are not. You have the abundance in reverse. This is the corn moon. This is a harvest. This is like a gift of crops after a job well done, after working hard and planting the seeds. And this Eight of Pentacles, like this person doesn't feel like they'd be able to keep you or keep you happy. This person doesn't feel like they'd be able to, they don't feel like they're deserving of you. Eight of Pentacles is you gain something and you reach a certain ascension, like you do a job well done, but you worked for it, right? Like this person doesn't feel like they've worked for you, right? Like they don't feel like they deserve you. They feel like your wish come true, and like that if they were to pursue you or further the connection with you, and that if it would work out, they would be like a steal, right? Because they don't feel abundant enough to be with you. That's sad. But this person, they have some deep-seated insecurities regarding love and connections. You have cold moon hibernation. So your person's not really at this stage of life, at least. I will say this is giving me a very inexperienced energy. So your person, even if they are used to dating, they're not used to having to actually, like, I guess, court. Like they're used to possibly like dating apps or like being set up by mutual friends. They're not used to having to actually pursue someone. Hibernation is like solitude energy. It's inside, like in the house energy, like someone that doesn't get out much. So that's what I'm getting for your crush. Like they're not used to having to be that way. And then cold moon and the King of Swords is someone that's very possibly serious, takes themselves very seriously, which makes sense. They can't, like, you know, like it looks like your crush has a crush on you, and like they don't know how to handle it. Like they're making it a lot more serious and difficult than it needs to be. Just me as the reader interpreting the energy. So it just feels like with that hibernation energy, this person kind of is the type to pull back to avoid being hurt, or just avoid dating or having crushes, pursuing crushes, especially those where the person's very flighty. All right. Let me see what else I'm getting from the energy. Oh, hibernation and King of Swords. What I was saying is someone that is not good with their words, or overly formal, overly professional with their words. Like they don't know how to speak to people without like a professional tone, if that makes sense. So it comes across as very judgy because it's not really authentic, because they're on guard. So they don't, like, this is a person that may not necessarily use their natural accent, or like this person may just, like, it may like feel like they're reading in some instances, or just thinking really hard on what to say and how, or again, very sharp with their words because they're not used to having to communicate with people. Those are the types of things I'm getting from this person. But this is not what I expected to come from how your crush flirts. But I guess that's what we're getting. So we're gonna keep pulling cards. So let me see more from the astrology-based oracle decks. Let me see what Moonology has to say. Tell me more about pile one's crush. How do they flirt? I'm not gonna lie. Some of you, this person likes to pretend. Like, I don't know why it came through. They like to pretend that they're not as like good, quote unquote, as they are. Like, that's intentional. Like, they like to pretend that they're not very good at things. Like, they're not very well off financially. Like, they don't have any, like, they like to pretend that they're broke even though they're not. They like to pretend that, some of them may even pretend that they're jobless, but they're not. Like all they want to do is party, but like they don't. Like, they don't. Like, this person may over exaggerate how much they date, but they don't. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. So interesting energy coming through. But again, it is all about personality, showing off a personality, like, you know, seeming interesting. And in some instances, because of this guarded knight, it's like a guard, like a sword, like this person's very guarded. So like it's a test. Like in the early stages of connections, like with crushes, when they're pursuing people, they pretend like they're not good at things and like they don't have anything because they want to make sure, like, quote unquote, make sure that anyone that's interested in them romantically is not trying to use them for whatever they could be using them for, right? Whether it is networking, whether it is actual money, like whatever the stuff this person's very guarded about, they may be like withholding information or exaggerating their negative attributes just to see if someone will stick around. that is chaotic energy, but okay, Taiwan, let's see. I don't think it's bad energy. I just think it's chaotic. Conclusions are in reach tried to come out just now. So it lets me know that this is only beginning stages that this person does that in connections. They don't do that for the duration of a connection. At least not most of them. Obviously, these are general readings. If you want a personal touch, you'll definitely have to book one, or make sure that you use your own discernment, okay? Oh my goodness, absolutely not. That's like 5 cards. That's way too much. We're not. I thought it was 3. I was willing to take 3, but no, absolutely not. Tell me more about pile one's crush. How do they flirt? Thank you. We'll take the bottom in a second. You and your loved ones are safe, New Moon and Cancer. So again, listen, I feel like for a lot of you here, your person, they are, again, those polarities. They either brag and like exaggerate how much they have, or they just diminish how much they have, right? With New Moon and Cancer, it's like, oh, I can support a family, I can take care of a person, I've got a good job, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, you would be safe with me, right? Like making sure you see them doing things that, like, I don't know, look like supportive, like helping people, and like they want to be seen, right? They want to be seen caretaking and nurturing with this Cancer energy. And it also rules the 4th house of home and family. So they definitely would make sure you know like how close they are to their family and like how deeply they value connections and, you know, all the stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Like, oh, I'm very close with my mother, since Cancer rules the maternal figures. Like, this is that kind of person, okay? Even the soft-spoken ones, they just kind of go out of their way to make you see, okay? And let's see, what else am I getting? Home and family. Like, this person, make sure like you see how home and family oriented they are. Like I'm getting, especially with the financial implications here, like, you know, like taking care of a home, like an actual physical home. Like, this person would definitely make sure you can see them doing that, okay? So yeah, what do you need to release? Waning moon. That's an interesting energy. Some of you, this person likes to feel flighty and hard to get. That's like how they feel. They feel like that's a good thing. They don't want anyone to feel like they're too connected or too attached, especially early stages. That's a very interesting card to come out. What do you need to release? Also, this is a person that will make sure, you know, like they're willing, they're definitely the type to kind of not hang on to exes. Like, they don't have any lingering drama from old connections. They clear their energy, they move on. Like, that's the kind of person this is when it comes to flirting. Now, let's hop right into these love beast decks. Let's see. Tell me more about pile one's crush. How do they flirt? This is those of you where your person's really hot and cold. I could see why this would be confusing and why you would end up here selecting a pile, because like, again, it's either like, oh, like I don't have anything, I'm not good enough, like I don't have any money, I don't work, I don't have anything at all one day, and then the next day I see like a, oh, I'm doing super well, like I got this, like this person will like like give you gifts, like, you know, buy you things, and like it's like a complete night and day depending on when you catch them. That's interesting. So let's see. Exactly. Those are 3 cards, so we'll take them. And we'll see the bottom in a second. All of the energy that I've been reading so far is here right now on the table. You have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I will say some of you, because that energy is in here, if your crush is not engaging you, some of you, they are truly unemployed. They know that's not an energy to date with, or they know that's not an energy to come at you with. So they're just trying to get themselves together. Some of them, they are not where they want to be financially or professionally. Like they're not where they want to be. So they're focusing on that. And that may be some detachment. That may be some distance, all of the stuff, right? They're focused on safety, security, and whatnot, right? Because hibernation feels like a, what's that phrase? A stash for a rainy day, right? Like kind of holding something that you may need later, right? Some of you, this person, if you're asking about a crush that hasn't asked you on a date yet, it's because they're trying to get their finances in order. They don't want to spend money on things that are not building their savings and whatnot, just in case something happens. They want a safe enough cushy, like, I can't even get the words right. Like this person cannot talk. This person is not a good communicator. This person wants like a cushion just in case something were to happen, and they don't feel comfortable like out spending money on like random things. You know what I mean? Like, and then if something happens, but they don't have the money to like fix important things, like not that dating isn't important. It's just like not the priority for this person. Okay, you have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Some of you, it could be very well that your crush is not interested because they're focused on home, family, career, money, that stuff. Now, very interesting energy that came through first. I just wanted to get that out of the way for those of you where, you know, the connection it may not be something that they have time for. Unrequited love feels like and I don't know why I heard this. This is so chaotic. This person doesn't date much. They stay to themselves, and like especially those where they have these, like, I don't want to call it a mean streak, that seems aggressive to say, but like where they're a little sharp with their words, they're a little negative, they like to pretend they don't have as much, or like they like to highlight their shadow aspects on guard, like as a test. It's because like they don't want to like spend money dating someone that's not really invested in them and their personality. Like they don't want to spend money on someone that's like just in like looking for someone that may have like a good job, if that makes sense. That's what I'm saying. Regardless of gender, right? All of the things. That's just the energy your crush kind of flirts or engages people they're interested in romantically, because I think that's a better way to word it for this pile, is like how your person engages people they like romantically. Very guarded, right? Very testy, a little bit scared, insecure, all of the things. You do have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. This person likely watched their parents in some situations that may have been toxic, that may not be healthy, or just may be something that they considered themselves to not want, like a dynamic they don't want. And because of that, like they're very testy when it comes to connections and liking people and like, you know what I mean, and crushes and pursuing people romantically. So let's see what's at the bottom. You got flirt. Look at that. That's so cute. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Flirt. So those of you where your person's really, really good at words, right? With the King of Swords here, like they know exactly what to say and how. Very gifted flirters, right? Like very good, gifted at flirting. And I see that, I see that some of you here, like you're like, this person's the devil. because they're so good with it. They know exactly what to say and how to say it to you. Watch that. Okay. Let's see. I don't know why. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I am normally chipper and whatnot in these readings, but for some reason, pile one has me giddy, and I don't know why. It makes absolutely no sense. So maybe your person just gets really giddy, they get nervous, they get flustered, they don't know how to talk, they don't know what to do, or even in their giddy nature, they start showing off and like saying all of the nice and right things to you. Like that's the energy. But flirt also feels very childlike and very fun. Like it's like butterfly energy, okay? Lighthearted energy to others. Some of you, this person tries very hard to come across as lighthearted and fun, especially with that Leo energy, but they are not. They're King of Swords, hibernation energy. Like they're inside, they're very emotional with Cancer. They catch feelings very easily. And when they're connected, they are very much so attached, right? Possibly unrequited love and a lot of healing that they've had to do over time. Like this person pretends to be sharp and they come across as, they pretend to be sharp, okay? They're not as sharp as they are. They're very soft, okay? So let me pull from this other love-based oracle. Tell me more about pile one. Tell me more about pile one. How does that person flirt? How does their crush flirt with them specifically? And we've got all of their stuff, right? This person, early stages, crush stages, it's all about trust and safety. They need to feel like they can trust a person, and they need to feel safe in a connection before the guard comes down. That's the secret to this person, okay? Honestly, even in them being that way, especially if they're not that lighthearted energy, this person receives the flirty sun energy very well, even if it makes them suspicious. You have make a move. The time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make the move. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, that's interesting. This person's a planner. Makes sense. Air energy, right? Communication and whatnot. You know, this is the type of person that makes lists. They probably have a list of requirements for a potential partner. Like I could see that for this pile for sure. But yeah, I mean, in a lot of instances, because now that the energy of like being very active is now kind of taking over as the dominant energy, like the shy people that run away or don't know what to say and don't communicate well, obviously they're fading to the background of this pile because that's what they do. Like they don't know what to say, they don't know what to do, so they run, and there's not much more you can say beyond that, if that makes sense. I'll just keep repeating that point. So now the people that are very active in their flirtatious styles in this pile are kind of like surfacing, and it's like, oh no, like this person's flirty, they know what to say even when they don't know what to say, they try anyway, they say all the wrong things, but it's cute, I don't know. And then like, but they make a move, they go in, right? They go in, very, very active. Tell me more about pile one's crush. Oh, and also this energy is a confirmation that this person really likes to or would like to flirt with you, is going to make a move if they haven't already. Okay, building a future. This one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. And that's that world energy and the sun. This person really does. Oh, and Eight of Pentacles in reverse is someone that wants something that's not going to be hard, if that makes sense. Like they don't want it to be hard. So yeah, building a future though, right? Like they're trying to focus on their career, their finances, building a future, like someone that they could be abundant with. Okay, because with abundance in reverse, they kind of see connections as not abundant. Like they feel like they would be losing in a romantic connection, right? Because I will be honest, this pile, your person is very, very career and goal oriented. They have a bright personality, even if they're kind of shy and guarded. They like to communicate well. They're very sharp, very intelligent, but they do like to be seen, and they do want to be respected and valued in whatever career, financial status they're seeking, right? With finances and career, okay? Especially since they're not feeling very good at it now, currently with Eight of Pentacles and abundance in reverse. So let me get one more. This person's building a future. So that's also confirmation for those of you, the why with the delays or with the rejection, okay? That's not happening. That's way too many. One more, please. Fine, I will take 2. You have telepathy. Pay attention to the telepathic messages that are being sent and received at this time. I'm not gonna lie, those of you where you're like dealing with really shy people and fearful people that don't know what to say, it's like they expect you to read their mind. Okay? It's like, oh, they're like they're sending you energy of them liking you and hoping you receive it. That's funny. And not how life works at all, especially since it came out with attraction. I'll read it in a second. But telepathy on that more personable, outgoing side of the pile, that's someone that knows exactly what to say. They know what you're thinking. They can kind of read your energy. They're very good at reading people and expressions and emotions, and they know exactly what to say that'll move you, right? They know exactly what you're interested in. Like, this person does the right things, says the right things, wish come true. Okay? But again, the ones on the extreme side of the pile where they're running, you're like, maybe if I wish this person into my life, it'll happen. That's what I'm getting, okay? Attraction. Your captivating energy makes you attractive. You wear confidence well. That's this person. So you like to lure people in. They do. Now, I'm not saying they don't act. I'm just saying they like to use their personality, their energy, their words to pull people in. Especially with telepathy and attraction. Like, this is someone that like would manifest a partner. Like, this is someone that would manifest you. Very interesting energy coming through. At the bottom, you have warm embrace. Let yourself enjoy your partner's loving arms around your body. Their touch ignites a flame in you. Again, it's always a polarity here. One energy is your person's very touchy-feely. They may like, grab you by the arm. They may just be very touchy, not necessarily in an inappropriate way, but just very hands-on as they're interacting with people. Others of you, guard, this person's like completely detached. It's like you have a disease. They don't want you touching them. They don't want to be touched. They don't touch anyone. Like, they keep their distance. That's the 2 energies coming through. Now, let me close this out with this twin flame soulmate oracle hybrid. Yeah, I mean, we got all of the energy. We got the runaways, right? Those of you that are no contact, that is why. If you know that your person is more of a louder personality type and is not that, then that just means they've put space to focus on their tangibles, right? That's what it seems like. And that you may see this person make a move at some point. They're just building a future right now, but they're still thinking of you, right? Those of you, especially that no contact, your crush is thinking of you. Telepathy and attraction, for sure. And even if there's contact, your person thinks about you a lot, okay? Telepathy also feels like someone that gets in their head and talks themselves out of things, okay? So let's see. Tell me more. Pile 1. Let's close this out. Tie the knot. This person's serious. They're very serious about connections, and it seems like they're very serious about you. Hence the running and not knowing what to say in the very shy side. The hot and cold indecisive energy currently, like for those of you where you have like a hybrid, your person's a hybrid of these energies because they don't feel like they are where they want to be in their life, possibly career, finances. Like, they don't feel ready. They don't feel like they've healed enough, like, whatever the reason. Like, they see you as something that's very serious. Again, you did get wish come true at the beginning, so they know that they could have a lot more with you. They could build a future with you. They just are afraid to do that currently, or have other things that have to happen before that, right? This is a logical, intelligent person. Like, in their mind, if a connection is going to work with you, then it has to be a certain way that it happens, okay? Okay, get 2 more and close this out. Love story. And it did come in as maturing energy, okay? Maturing energy. Tie the knot, love story. So this is how they see you. And also, tie the knot, love story that's like, this person's very good with their words. They can sell themselves very, very well. They're good at selling themselves, selling a story, okay? Especially one of a future, right? Like, they're very good at making sure that they could build a future with you. And that's how they flirt. And it makes sense. Very practical, tangible person. Like, they like the grounded physical things, right? They're very career, finance, and logical minded, okay? So and Book of Love was actually at the bottom just now. So yeah, this highly intelligent, very in their logical, conscious mind, okay? Which is why the emotional mind may be, like the emotional energy may be a lot for them in some instances. I'll take these two. You do have hidden feelings, so that is a confirmation for those of you selecting the pile. Even the no contact, it's there, it's just they can't, okay? And then you have pure heart. Again, real, authentic, gentle love, okay? And that is what they're seeking. They come across as very sweet in some instances, but again, very showboaty. And even in the showboaty energy, it's like a love story, very romantic with Leo here, all right? So yeah, you have karmic ties. That's that person's toxic side rearing its head. So like karmic ties talks about lessons, that family issues, that trauma that this person has, because Cancer does rule family, home and family. So there's some possibly ancestral, but like definitely related to family, like could be their family, or it could just be a fear of starting a family this person has and carries with them, and it really affects them and like I guess their dating life with the house 5 of romance. Like they can't date and love, I don't want to say casually, but they can't enjoy the early stages of a connection because they get in their head and work themselves up to the point where it's like it's way more serious than the level of the connection, right? Like if you meet someone, you exchange numbers, and then you plan for a date 1, they're already thinking 5 years. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot, okay? And that's why this person is the way that they are. They're working through that. Right? And you have, what do you need to release? And then flirt and lighthearted energy there. Like they need to release the baggage, the weight, the heaviness that they associate with romance, okay? But yeah, I mean, this person, they do a lot when they're flirting or running, but also deep feelings. They just, depending on your person, the response to those feelings may differ. Let's see what else I can see. Yeah, I mean, I think we've covered it all, so I'm not going to hold you. Hopefully it resonated, and if it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 2, if you selected the orange cake, then this is your reading. As I said in pile 1, I'm traveling, so it may be a bit different sound. It's definitely a different setup, and it has been a while because I broke our tripod and had to get a new one. So taking one for the team, and I'm filming while traveling. So listen, your pile, I feel so relaxed right now. The complete opposite of pile 1. Like if you selected pile 1, I know a lot of you select multiple piles, it's fine. And I'm not saying that this is not going to resonate. I don't know. I haven't pulled cards yet. I just cleansed the space and got ready. But I say that those of you that carry over, this is an energy your person's stepping into, right? Like this is definitely incoming energy for pile 1 in a lot of instances. Now, I'm not saying there won't be crossover, that it won't resonate now. But if you were truly called to both piles, this energy, like I was sweating, like I was antsy, like it was like a lot, like excited, both good and bad initially for that pile. And now I'm like starting pile 2, and it's like, there's not a care in the world. There's not a worry. It's like, it's just a vibe. I really like this energy of this pile. Like it's so easy when it can be very comfortable to read. So I'm not going to hold you. We're going to look to see. Like I don't know why all of this energy was just relevant for me to just say. This may be your person's nature. They may just randomly, casually, very calmly give random facts or information. That could be the flirtatious style that they have. I'm getting that, but like just a vibe, like never in a hurry, just moving like at their own pace. That's just how I feel your person is. Very comfortable, very relaxed, flirting with and just interacting with people, right? It doesn't have to be loud or anything, just comfortable dealing with people. So let me get an overview for that, right? And this applies for all connections, right? Just various stages. We're focusing on crush incoming energy for my singles, but again, those of you in established connection, you may know if this is how your person flirts with you now, or how they flirted in the beginning of the connection. It could apply in a variety of ways, because we're also doing an energy check, a temperature check, to see how this person is also feeling in the midst of their current flirtatious energy, all right? So let me see. Tell me about pile 2. All right, pile 2, tell me about your crush. How do they flirt? All right. Devil in disguise. It says someone may appear like an angel. Don't let them pull the wool over your eyes. Ooh, that's so interesting. Only because it's like, this is a person that may hold a mask. Like they may wear a mask. They may, I won't say they're the type to pretend they're someone they're not. But this is someone that will hide certain characteristics for better or worse. Like they want you to know what they want you to know when they want you to know it. Hence the random facts I was giving at the beginning, right? Like they'll give you random facts to avoid, like, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. Like, there's so much noise. I apologize. I'm like fairly certain that where I'm at, like, the garbage truck is like emptying a dumpster, and it's like evening. So that is chaotic in and of itself. But again, like, I feel like your person does like random things at random times. Like, there's no reason for that to be happening. This is not the time that people take trash. But yeah, like. But again, like it's all like I definitely think that's what's happening. The blinds are closed. I can't see. But like this person does that. Like they like kind of deflect, right, from them. Like they may like say something random so that to take the attention off of themselves in some instances. And I don't know why that's like their flirtatious style. But it's like kind of like they like to, it might be to seem mysterious. Like they have a certain air of mystery that they like to keep because they know they give it off. And I feel like that's their dominant energy when they flirt, to come across as very mysterious in some senses, or possibly even play hard to get. You know what I mean? Like that's how this person flirts. So let me see what this other card is. Well, YouTube is not allowing us to have this energy. I will leave it there. But we'll see. It says let me make sure it's, there it is. Okay. You'll feel a powerful chemistry with someone that will turn into something lasting on a deeper level. So this person may be very flirtatious in a sensual way, right? Like they may do so in a sensual way. And Spirit says that's a lie. Spirit says the devil is a lie. Like if your person, like, so your person is the opposite as the way they portray themselves flirtatiously. Like if your person's very like sensual and touchy-feely, like when they're flirting, that's not how they are. If your person's like all detached and like don't touch me, like if whatever their energy is, it's like they're hiding their actual sensual nature, right? Like they may be downplaying it or upselling it. That's interesting. But it's a part of the flirtation. Like I put this way out of frame. At least I think I did. But okay, I'm at a weird angle, y'all. So just work with me, okay? At the bottom, we have shadow work. I told you this person likes to seem all mysterious. Like they like to seem like, and that's probably why they like may in some instance like consciously put off a sexual energy that's not theirs. Like they may, again, pretend to be more hypersensual or that downplay the sensual energy to be very mysterious. Like that's what they do because the shadow work, right? And it says this relationship will trigger you to express your shadow side. There's much you can learn. Okay. Mask also feels like a mirror. It feels like a mirror with shadow. Yeah. And if your person's sending you mixed signals, this card is revealing itself to essentially confirm that. But yeah, shadow work. This person likes to seem dark and mysterious and like they do that intentionally, that energy. But I don't feel like it's authentic. I don't feel like that's truly, because they're not that one-dimensional, right? So let me get these tarot cards so I can tell you more about how your person flirts. Tell me more about Paltu's person. How do they flirt? But that's why everything's like slow moving and easy going. Because it's like this person doesn't really show all of their cards. They just kind of like, they just let it ride. Like for the most part, they share what they want. and they hold back what they don't, and like that's the vibe. So tell me more about this person may also like flirt in a very dark way. Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's okay. So the Knight of Wands is an energy of passion. It is expression, it is creative, it is fast moving. This person may have a tendency to move very, very fast, just in connections or just with the way they flirt. Like it's just like boom, they're there, but not like in an overabundant way. It's like quick to the point, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, like very straightforward, very direct when they want to share something or when they want to communicate something or when they want to do something. Like this is a person that would just go for it on a sensual level. Okay? Straight up. Like they would go for it. Interesting. And just so we're clear, this is both polarities that I mean with that energy. I know usually I'm like, oh, one's like not gonna go for it, one's no. I mean, okay, for example, if your person has this hypersensual energy that they portray in their flirtatious styles, like straight up they'll go for it and no one would be surprised. But this other personality that's coming through is that mask and like hiding that sensual energy, like the shadow. Like this person embraces their shadow whether they show it to other people or not. And this Knight of Wands lets me know that like when given the opportunity, when comfortable, this person is still the type to go for it. They may not be very open about it initially with the mask, like they'll hide it, but when they don't feel like they need to hide it anymore, like they're all in. Like you see like the shadow is like grabbing this person, it's like boom, that's this person's energy when they're flirting. But I was not expecting this pile. You're very interesting, the people you all have crushes on, because you bring me the most interesting reads. Okay, I've got two. So let's check it out. Tell me more about Pautu's crush. I don't know why I'm narrating like that, like I have the cards already. You have the Emperor. Exactly. So again, like Knight of Wands is the activity, right? It's very fast moving, very passionate, not even without thinking. It's like a very instinctual energy. Like Knight of Wands is based on instinct, right? Like this person, everything this person does when they're flirting is based on instinct, even when they're lying and being misleading. So it may be instincts they've gained over time due to certain shadowy situations, but it's all based on instinct, especially my hiding of the sensual energy. It's strategic. It's like, let me not scare off anybody, especially not Pautu. Let me just reel it in. And then when it's time, I can just go in, because this person's very dominant, whether they let you know that or not, right? Knight of Wands is instinct. It's acting without even thinking. And then you have the Emperor, which is Aries energy, fire energy here, heavy Aries, okay? Aries is ruled by Mars, god of war, god of action, okay? Very masculine energy, right? So the Emperor conquers, right? Literally that is what emperors do. So that's the energy your person does. So they may be a little aggressive, a little dominant in their flirtatious styles. You may get peeks and hints of it, or they may be very passive in their flirtation style, like still engaging, but very passive. Like there's an underlying energy. You probably feel it because it feels heavy from the pile. Like it's kind of like like a quiet danger. I don't know. I can't remember the phrase I want to use, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's silent but deadly. Some of your people, like some of them are loudly deadly, but others of them are very silent and deadly in their strike of their energy, especially their sensual energy. But again, very active, very dominant. And you have the Judgment, all about certainty. Everything in this pile is about certainty, okay? Acting without thinking about it, very sure, very certain, very strategic, okay? Because Judgment talks about a decision, and once you go there, there's no going back. Could be the sensual energy, could just be pursuing a connection with this person. It's like once they open themselves up fully to a person, there is no going back. There's no changing the perception, which is why they have this devil in disguise energy in their flirtatious energy. It's why they act all mysterious, because once the cat's out of the bag, can't put it back in, right? Literally. So that's this person's energy in their pursuit and in their flirting with people. Let's use at the bottom. Ace of Pentacles, loving this energy, because this is a person that flirts from a very grounded perspective. This is not someone, let me word this the right way. Ace of Pentacles. This is someone that likes to flirt frivolously, but there is a distinction between how they flirt with people casually and how they flirt with people they're invested in, with the Ace of Pentacles here. Okay? Devil in disguise lets me know that they pursue people they're interested in the exact opposite of how they casually flirt. And when I say casually flirt, I mean like flirting for just flirting, like no intentions, just flirting. Because I feel like this person does have a sensual, seductive, flirtatious nature. Very casual about it. Like it's nothing. They can just say something flirtatious, make somebody feel good, and just move on. But whatever they do to most people, the way they flirt with most people is not the way they would flirt with someone they're invested in, with the way they would flirt with you. Okay? Something about this Ace of Pentacles, when it's serious, there's a certain way that they pursue. Okay? Like some of you, this person is very sensual in their energy. But when it comes to people they're invested in, they pull all the way back and hold it, like I was saying at the beginning. And then others of you, this person's not very sensual, right? Like they may, like, I'm not saying they don't have desires, but like they may not have the experience, or they're just not the type that like has casual sex or whatever. But in that, they basically hype that up in instances when they're flirting with someone they're invested in, because they're trying to get the attention. I can see that. Okay. Interesting. So let me see. Let me get from these astrology-based oracle decks. Tell me more about part two's person. How do they flirt with them, and how do they feel? Give me something. All right. It hit the deck a little bit, so let me grab it. Guidance in reverse. And so guidance in reverse is that exact energy of the Knight of Wands. It's no thinking. It's not needing to think. It's knowing exactly how to strike. So this person is very instinctual in their flirtatious styles. They may accidentally tell the truth in some instances because they're just like freestyling. Like they're just like, that's the energy. Okay. And I did mention earlier at the beginning of the pile, like it was very grounded energy. There's nothing, this person's very stable. Like they act without thinking, but like it doesn't feel chaotic. It feels like they just know how to move, right? In a way that makes them comfortable. That's what they do. Whatever makes them comfortable, that's what they'll do. You have solar eclipse, which is threshold. Yeah. And so guidance in reverse and threshold. Let me see that is speaking to me. Okay, so that solar eclipse could be a relevant time period for you, but it is darkness, right? That shadow work, right? Guidance in reverse feels like inner guidance to me. I don't know why, but that's just what it's saying. It feels like inner guidance to me. Now, this is a person that spends a lot of time internally. I don't know why that's relevant yet, but this is what I'm getting. This person does a lot of shadow work. They spend a lot of time internally. Something about a threshold. They're almost there. Some type of healing journey. I don't know why that's coming through that way. It's almost like they don't need to overthink. Their intuition, their instincts are enough at this stage of their life. And that's why they are the way that they are. Okay? And guidance in reverse also lets me know that they don't have to think about like flirting with you, specifically like the connection with you. Like they don't need to seek guidance. They don't need guidance. They don't need to figure it out. It's kind of an energy of knowing that it's that it's something they should pursue, or something that they're on the brink of, on the threshold of. And that's why you have all this instinctual energy. It makes so much sense that the vague energy I remember from pile 1, that I think I said at the beginning of this pile that if you are coming from that pile, do not go back to the if you didn't feel called to it. But if you're coming from that pile, this is incoming future energy. Okay. Now, those of you where this is your lone pile, or maybe if you pick the next one that I haven't done, right now, this just feels like your person is in an energy where they just know instinctually, right? They don't need guidance. They don't need to be told, right? Like, they don't need to think about it. They just know that they need to pursue you, because Knight of Wands is a card of action. The Emperor is a card of an action. Judgment is a card of action. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning on the material plane, right? A threshold, almost there, right? Exactly. A lot of you, devil in disguise and shadow work together like that. This person can see people's shadows. Like, this person can tell the masks that other people wear because they're so good at the mask themselves. So now they've learned how to see other people's shadow, and that they kind of use that as a weapon when they flirt with people. And I don't even know how that even looks in real life, but I heard that that's what they weaponize, people's shadow in flirting with them, right? Like, so they may see your insecurities, especially regarding sensual energy, not just you specifically, but other people. They recognize people's insecurities, and they kind of stroke them delicately in a good way. It's really good at strategy with that Emperor. Okay. Need more about pile 2's crush. How do they flirt? Thank you. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. It's very Scorpio energy. Very much so, right? Like, that's 100% 8th house Scorpio Plutonian energy coming through. Even eclipses feel like Pluto energy. Like, you know what I mean? So work through your fears. This person with shadow, like, they do something about, they can see people's fears and insecurities, and they play on them in a flirtatious way. Like, I don't mean that this person will say something traumatic, even though some might. It just feels like this person, for example, if you are in an environment and you're afraid of heights, this person can sense you trying to pretend you're not afraid of heights, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it, sweetie, I got you kind of energy, right? Like, kind of that you're safe, don't be afraid of the shadow energy, right? The protector with the Emperor. Like, this is a person that part of their flirtatious style is making people feel safe, right? Safe and comfortable, whether we're talking about internal or like literally physically, okay? So let's see what's at the bottom. A fiery climax approaches. Goodness, this person is super Martian, okay? And I say that because Aries, first house energy, is the same energy as Emperor, right? They're both ruled by Mars. And Scorpio was originally ruled by Mars before discovery of Pluto. So very Martian, dominant, active, again, Knight of Wands, instinctual energy. It's pure instinct. That's how this person operates. I feel a lot, not just in terms of flirting, okay? But yeah, fiery climax approaches. You're on a threshold. Those of you where you're asking, like, you know, how do your crush flirts with the intention of seeing where it's going, fiery climax approaches, right? Threshold. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm not flagging this video. I'm not developing this energy. A lot of you, this person's next is some sensual stuff, okay? Right? Like, possibly 18 plus, because with that sensual chemistry and a fiery climax approaches, you know, you got the 8th house here, right? But this person flirts from a place of self. Like, honestly, half of their flirtation is in their body language, the way they project their energy, and their facial expressions, potentially eye contact. Because Scorpios are known for like piercing eyes. Doesn't have to be this person, but they may have those placements. But this Aries energy, it is how you project yourself out to the world. It's a house of self. Technically rules physical appearance. So this person is very they're very good at communicating with their face when they want to, with devil in disguise. Like, when they want you to know what they're feeling and whatnot, they let you see, right? That's all of that energy coming through. And a lot of you, this person feels like you are or would be afraid of them if they took off their mask. This is juicy. Okay, let me pull from these love-based oracle decks. I don't know who this is. I get it, because it's like some luring energy coming through. It's like kind of like some vampiric energy, I guess, if that's what you're interested in. But like, I mean, it is a little scary, but it's interesting. But it's like, I knew that at the beginning, I was almost at the bottom of the pile. Separation must be something. I looked at it because I was thinking bottom of the pile. So why separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Some of you are in separation. Some of you, that separation is that separation between this person's two personalities, what they want you to see versus who they are. And it's also that mask, right? Same thing, that mask, right? But it's like a calm energy. Like, this person's primary goal when they're flirting is to make somebody feel at ease. So something about this person, they just feel like they may come across as scary or as intimidating, as aggressive, dominant. You know what I mean? Like, they just feel like they need to tone it down in the early stages. But when it comes out, listen, fiery climax approaches with full moon in Aries. Like, when they step into their true self, because again, all of this house one energy of self, 8th house of inheritances, of transformation, of sensuality, like when this person switches up, they're worried, or usually are worried, that it's scary and intense. And it may be intense because you have codependency, right? Addictions are affecting your romantic life. This person may be very intense in connections. They may have a bit of a possessive streak, a clingy streak when invested. And so that may be why there's a limited amount of energy that they give in connections, if that makes sense. Like, especially early on, like when they're dealing with crushes, when they're flirting, it's very surface level. Like, they don't want it to be too intense because they know they kind of have codependent tendencies, or they know historically they have had a tendency of people attaching to them in that same way with this super magnetic energy they have. Okay, and they don't want that. So let me get, okay, I've got one. I think I want one more. So you have release your ex. Exactly. Time has come to clear your energy. I'm laughing because it fell in reverse. And so this person has people, like I just said, people cling to them, or they cling to people, and like they have a tendency to not be able to let go when it's time to let go of a connection. And like historically, their exes have not let go of them in a timely manner. Like, I don't know why I'm saying in a timely manner, but it's like, listen, it's over. It's time to move on. But like, this person's not been able to do that or get people to do that. Hence why they don't want people attaching. That's why they wait. Interesting. That's super interesting that they came out together. Some of you, this person has an ex lingering as we speak. Literally as we speak. Right? Especially with all of this energy, this person may actually have to put their foot down with the ex, because before they can even engage you. I'm seeing that because like it just feels like a hidden energy, like hiding. Some of you, this is a connection or an interest in you that is being hidden, whether from you or other people. And this is why, because there's like clingy exes or past influences lingering still. Okay, let me get one more and I'll take the bottom. I've got 2 more decks and we'll close it out. Tell me more about pile 2. I'll take them both. Yeah, true love, right? True love, it says, this is the romance of a lifetime. And then trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. The letter T may be relevant since those two came out together. And like, trust, true love, this person, this is the mask. This person is content with building a mask because they know they cling and don't know how to let go. And the people they date are the same way. They want to make sure it's true love and a level of trust before they fully reveal themselves. It's very Scorpio energy, I'm not gonna lie, right? But they need that trust. They need to feel true love before they really like bite the bullet and show all of who they are. Let me see what's at the bottom. Yeah, calling in your soulmate. It says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. That's this person's like whole vibe. Like in their mind, I'm trying to see where I'm gonna place this. I'll just put it here. Like this is someone that like actively manifests a soulmate. And they feel like people manifest them. I don't know why it came out that way. But I mean, yeah, calling your soulmate with release your ex reverse, like this is the type of person that has historically tried to manifest their exes back. Like their exes have tried to manifest them back. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're looking for that true love, that deep, deep bond. And I feel like with the energy that's here, with all of this Martian energy, historically their connections have gone really bad. Okay, it's gotten really intense in some instances, or at least one specific instance went really bad. Let me pull more. Tell me more about Pile 2's crush. How do they feel about Pile 2 and how do they flirt with Pile 2? Tell me more. All right. This is relevant. Fiery climax approaches. What did I say? This person has a bit of a temper and they're used to dating people that have temper. So they may like that calm, quiet, silent but deadly energy they have is not even real. Like they have a temper. Okay? Control issues. By trying to control the situation, you'll only slow down your answered prayers. Let the divine take the lead. Yeah, that's that very dominant energy. That's that Martian emperor energy. That's how this person is. And I'll just put it here. It's fine. Like they're used to dealing with people like that, and or they are like that and they're working on it. They're aware, right? Like they're aware. They're working through their fears, shadow work. Like they're trying, but they know that that's been a historical energy. And so you see that in the way they flirt with you. Tell me more. They're very attached to you already, Pile 2. I'll say that. They're very attached. That is, you know, because I'm at the point where I'm really trying to see how they feel. They're very attached. Okay? Even if they don't want you to know. They definitely, especially if it's early stages, like true crush, they do not want you to know that because they don't feel like it's even appropriate. Hence why they're hiding it. Okay? There's my 2. I was thinking of the word magnetic early in the pile, but that's how this person is, but that's how they feel about you, right? I told you, very attached. It says your sacred souls are instantly drawn towards each other. Okay? Like magnetic souls, like you are theirs. That's how they see. And then you have laughter. Again, very light, surface level energy. It says the laughter shared between two soulmates warms the spirit in a way no coat ever could. So yeah, this person enjoys, like when they flirt, they may make you laugh or they may laugh a lot, like they may giggle, like that's the kind of energy this person, that's how you know when your crush is flirting. They may laugh or they may flirt or they may like crack jokes and whatnot, like that's the energy. Okay, at the bottom you have reconciliation. Interesting. It says be open to someone returning and wanting to work things out. That's that clingy energy of this person is the type to not let exes go. Okay? Like they're always looking to stay with their ex. And they're already invested in you. Some of you, this is your ex. Like they're trying to manifest you, right? They don't want to let you go. They're codependent, right? They're trying to call you back in. They're trying to reconcile. Okay? Some of you, this is truly an ex, and that's why you got devil in disguise. It's like you know them for who they really are, even if they're trying to pretend to be somebody else. Yeah, I mean, or some of you, this is also a no contact person that is thinking about and feeling you two should reconcile. Okay? Definitely coming through. This is, usually I get a slight energy, because I don't feel like I have a huge audience. A lot of you are asking about people you've already engaged with on some level that you know there's somewhat of a mutual interest. You're just looking for clarity. Because again, my audience is not large enough to where I have like tons and tons of people with unrealistic expectations. I will say the inkling of, oh, this person's not just not interested in you. I don't get that from this pile at all. Like every pile usually has a little bit of that. And I mention it in most when I get that vibe. But this person, like all of you that selected this pile, like your person, very attached to you. Honestly, in a borderline unhealthy way. And they know it. That's why those of you where there's detachment or no contact, like that's why it's that way, because they realize they have things to work through. Okay. Or people around that could make a connection with you more trouble than it's worth if they don't resolve and close those loose ends, right? I get that. So let me take these last cards from my Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle deck. We'll close it out. My last message is for pile 2. Tell me about their crush. How do they flirt with pile 2? And how do they feel about pile 2? We'll take those two and I'll pull another one in a second. And that slipped right into my hand. So this person, like, okay, look at that. Ending, sparks fly. Something, a fire climax, working through threshold. That's the card, like, ending. Something is gonna end. Like, whether it's this person's addictions, their codependency, they find balance, they end the connection, get rid of that ex. You know what I mean? Or the issues that led to you two being in separation. It's like once that ends, they're like sparks fly. They're all in. They're completely invested. They're open. The mask falls off. Just whatever that ending that needs to happen that you're on the brink of or they're on the brink of. Once that happens, you'll see this dominant energy, this open energy, especially those of you where your person's been very passive and like silently deadly. Very mysterious. You'll that's gonna shift, right? And ending is like a death card, which is more Scorpio transformative energy. Okay, give me one more. We'll close this out, please, for pile 2. One more message, please, for pile 2. Thank you so much. This one. We'll see what's at the bottom in a second. Conflict. Yeah, this person's conflicted. Again, that's the hot and cold. That's the mask, no mask. I feel like there's behind the scenes drama with this person, whether it's internal conflict. Because sometimes this person, honestly, some of you, this person is pursuing you against their better judgment, against their better guidance, okay, or would like to pursue you. So whatever that is, it's almost like I should stay away from pile 2, but I will not. Or I should stay away from pile 2, but I feel like I feel called to, like, you know what I mean? Like something about it could be like some forbidden energy, but again, it could be some loose ends left untied that need to close. But also this person has like a certain quote unquote dark side that they really want to keep under wraps until it closes, okay? And then at the bottom you have chemistry. Heavy chemistry. All right, so that could be drugs, alcohol influence as well, since we have like addictions on the table a couple of times. Also, that's that actual chemistry they feel between you two, this deeply sensual energy that keeps coming through the pile that we're not going to develop, okay? So I'm going to close it up here. Hopefully it resonated, and if it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 3, if you selected the Kiwi Shortcake, then this is your reading. So let's see your crush's feelings for you, because I'm not going to lead with that energy, but we're definitely going to get it. I got it in both of the other piles, but let's just see how your crush flirts specifically with you. As I always say, this could be past, present, or future energy. Could be an ex, crush, someone you're hoping will come in soon if you're single. All of the connections which you can see in the description box below. So let me just get into the fun part. Let's see your crush's flirtation style. Like, how do they flirt? Some of you, this person may rush you. I don't know why. That's something that they may rush you. Like when you're doing things, like they may tease you and like rush you when you're doing certain things and like, hurry up. Tell me more about Exactly. Look at that. Now, I'm not keeping it because it came out with a gazillion cards, but you have fast lane, and it says something feels different about this love. You're not afraid to charge ahead. Hopefully this love will last. Like, this is person, they may rush you. They may be rushing you as it relates to like love. Like, they may be like, hey, hurry up. Hey, what are you gonna do? Hey, do you want to do this? Like hurry up. Like, something about rushing you and possibly rushing the connection. That's not going to resonate with everybody, but I just feel like this person moves very fast naturally. They may speak fast, and they may just move fast with their flirt. Like, they may be very quick, right? Like, they may say something and it takes you a while to realize what they actually said because it happened so fast, or you experienced it so fast, if that makes sense. Interesting energy. Fast lane is also like a show-offy energy, so your person may like try to be like for example, if you see this person at the gym, like they'll try to like flex a little more, or try to like run super fast on a treadmill, like just real showboaty energy. Okay, like that's what's coming through for this person, but like just fast moving. And fast lane felt like also an energy of someone that is certain and sure. So like, it's like once they know that they like somebody, they just lay it on really thick. They don't care. They're not easily embarrassed. Interesting. So, divorcee is a very intriguing card to come out. But it says you'll meet someone that is divorced and possibly has children. You'll have to decide if they're worth pursuing. And honestly, some of you, it could be this specific instance. Others of you, this person may flirt with you by bringing up their exes. I know that sounds chaotic, and it is, but some of you, this person just brings up their exes. Like, that's how they flirt with you. Some of you, this person may actually flirt with you by bringing up like instances and hypotheticals regarding divorce, right? Like, if they've never been married, like they bring up scenarios, like they start talking about preparation, because they do move quick, and they do think about like the process of getting married and possibly divorced. So like they start talking about prenups and all of the things. Like, these are the types of like things that this person brings up when they're flirting with you. And also, let's see, divorcee is mature energy. It's someone that's experienced things, right? Had setbacks, had failures. This person may be the type to just discuss life in and of itself, right? Experiences, their experience in life. And that's how you know they're flirting. It may feel like a serious conversation because, right, divorce is a very serious topic. But like, this person may have serious conversations with you. And the only reason they're having these conversations is because they're interested. So like, it's like their own personal little flirtatious energy. They may not flirt. They may not be very gifted at flirting, but this person's like, they'd rather just talk to you and be very engaged. And another way that this person may flirt with you, which is completely, I mean, I guess it's related to the card, but the card is telling me, yes, the card is telling me that your person may flirt with you by like rejecting other people, possibly even in front of you, which is chaotic. But I see that in some instances, your person like makes it very clear that they are unattached, that they are single, that they are not interested in anybody but the one that they're interested in. Okay, so that's just interesting energy to come through. But they're very sure, they know exactly what they want, because a divorcee is someone that doesn't hesitate to make a move when it has to happen, even if it's chaotic, messy, possibly even painful. Okay, at the bottom you got prized possession. Look at that trophy. It says someone is more interested in having arm candy than true love, making it a superficial relationship. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, this may want to speak. We'll pull it in a second. I guess I knocked it over. So these two. So this person, this is so specific. There's so many specific instances. You all are living so many different variations of lives with these people. But the first one is, this person may flirt with you by talking about their ex, specifically if they're divorced, or even like long-term connection. Person that used them for money, they're engaging you just to see your reaction and to interact with you and just to make up something to talk about. Others of you, this person may pursue you and flirt with you on some sugar baby kind of mess, regardless of gender. Like, hey, I just want a friend. blah, 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 kind of in an energy, right? Especially if this person is older, more mature than you. Like, I just want something casual, something pretty on my arm, kind of a vibe. That's another one. I'm also getting this person in their flirting to see how much of a quote unquote gold digger you may be. Like, are you, these serious conversations to see if you have substance or if you're just like surface level pretty face, right? Because we have superficial. So as it relates to flirting, this person could be either way. They're either really surface level because they've been through, right? They've been through it. So they're really just looking for something fun, or they're seeking something more and they're trying to weed through the people that aren't. Okay. Let's see what this is. Create in reverse. This person's not very creative. That makes sense. They may be very blunt, right? Especially since they kind of have like this fast energy that comes through. Yeah. This person's not very creative. So it feels like this person may not be very romantic in some instances, but we'll pull more cards before we start judging and jumping to conclusions. So let me see more about pile 3. Tell me about pile 3's crush. How do they flirt? How do they flirt? And how do they flirt with pile 3 specifically? And how do they feel? Some of you, a person's like having an energy of like, oh, I'm washed up, and pile 3 won't be interested. That's what I got. I don't know why, but I guess divorcee prized possession says that. Tell me more about pile 3's person. I should have taken that one. I think it was this. Because it jumped out and it jumped back in. So there's some hesitancy. 4 of Cups. Yeah, exactly. There's a disinterested energy. It's an energy of being disinterested, of rejection, of just being over a situation, right? Like your person may be over dating, with this divorcee energy. Because it doesn't have to be like literal marriage. It could just be past difficulties in love and romance just in general with dating and people, especially people that are pursuing them for the wrong reasons or them pursuing people for the wrong reasons, just feeling used, being used, using others. Like this person may be used to transactional connections, just very emotionally detached energy. And some of you, that is their flirtatious style, is just very dry, like a very dry energy, like a very dry, possibly even disinterested energy, very subtle. I think I said earlier, like sometimes this person may say things to you and you think about it later and you don't even realize what they meant until like later, because that's how this person is. Like you like very passive and like beneath the radar. You would never, like some of the things they say, you don't catch it, right? Because they're so dry and possibly even disinterested as they're doing it. But then it's like later on, you think about it, you're like, wait, was that person flirting with me? And the answer, pile 3, is yes. That's just how they are. Exactly. So let's pull more cards and see. See, they just fly out for this pile. Love it. The Devil. Capricorn energy. That makes sense a little bit because this is the sign, the energy of hard work, but this is the card of control. So it's 10th house energy of like career and social status. It's ruled by Saturn, the planet that rules like karma and hard work and lessons. So yeah, I mean, this kind of is an energy that definitely aligns with a person that we're describing here and how they flirt. Very controlling, very. This person may have dark humor, right? They may say things that are offensive in some way. I could see that. But very controlled, very dry. Interesting. Something about this person feels very like mature. And when I say mature, like I do mean like age-wise. Like I don't necessarily mean experience, but something about the way they do things and like communicate and express themselves feels a bit old-fashioned. Okay, like that's why we have divorcee. Like they have the energy of someone that's been married multiple times, even though the vast majority of you here, they have not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they pursue connections like someone that's been through a lot of connections. But I don't get that, right? So, okay, and death. Exactly. So, Scorpio energy, 8th house energy of inheritance. So maybe it's inherited experiences. Maybe this person has divorced parents, right? That may be a topic of quote unquote flirtation, of discussing parents being divorced and blah 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 blah, or connecting, or issues, because death card is ending. So some type of endings. This person may flirt with, like, start talking about death, like as a means of flirtation, like just a very dark sense of humor and conversation. Honestly, that's just how this person's coming across. But this person is the type to talk about money for sure, with prized possessions and divorcee, like losing money, a loss of money, inheritances, debts. Like, this is the type of things, like, especially if this person came into money or is coming into money, like some sort of an inheritance. Like, those are the topics, right? Especially like a settlement from a divorce. Like, this person is definitely the type to, like, bring that up as they're flirting with you. This is a person that likes topics. Like, they don't just flirt. They have topics. Like, they have a topic of interest that they engage you on, and then the way that they flirt with you is very subtle, but also very sensual, right? Because, like, devil and death together, it's very concrete, sensual energy coming through. Even if they hold back and, like, it's very subtle, it's still there. Like, you're not crazy if you feel like this person's talking about something completely mundane, and they're still, like, the energy feels very, like, in a way that would make you be flustered. You're like, why is that energy like that? Because that's this person's intention. It's very different, okay? This person may talk about sensual experiences with you as a means of flirtation, depending on the level of familiarity. And some of them, it doesn't matter. They just don't have a filter, and that's how they proceed. Y'all brought some strange people to me, okay? Listen, like, each pile was very interesting and unique, but I like that it's a different readings. That means that there's more people to get these messages, because I don't want to say the same thing that every other tarot reader says. Maybe I'm, like, pinpointing characteristics that your person has that you didn't even consider yet, and I hope that's what's happening. If so, that's good. But at the bottom, 4 Pentacles, I do see that as also kind of this interested energy, very stable. One thing about this person, they're very, very stable, and in the way that they flirt, it is possibly even boring, mundane. Like, the energy is intense, but the things they talk about, the things that they say are very, like, cliche, things that you wouldn't be interested in, things that are, like, regular, right? 4 Pentacles is stable, clinging. It's also the devil controlling energy, right? So things that they can control, things they want to control, topics surrounding those, right? They may talk about work and career and social status. I don't know why I'm grabbing the 4 Cups. Maybe, getting let go, somebody getting let go from a job, or them getting let go for a job, them being disinterested in a job, since this is the card of disinterest, because I'm talking about career and social status here. This is the card I should be holding. But yeah, like that Capricorn energy. So they may engage you on career and social status. And again, with this, me grabbing this card, lots of being disengaged on all of the things, disengaged socially, right? Completely transforming. Like, this person may be talking to you about, like, getting divorced and ending things, ending contracts, all of the stuff. All right. So let me see what these astrology-based oracle decks have to tell me about your person. Tell me about Pile 3's person. I'll take that one, so we can see how they flirt with you. The Shaman in reverse, which is interesting because it is Scorpio energy. Okay, so the Shaman is kind of like a mystical journey. This person with Shaman in reverse is super practical. That's why you got the 4 Cups, those 2 4s, Capricorn energy, super practical in the sense of, right, because like Scorpio reverse, the opposite sign of Scorpio is Taurus, which is another earth placement, and also very fixed. Your person may be very fixed, set in their ways, set in their opinions, and in their perspective. Shaman is like la la land, head in the clouds. It's on a journey, a spiritual journey. This person's not trying to go on a spiritual journey. This person's disinterested in that. This person's trying to build themselves financially. They're trying to inherit money. They're trying to like work, build up. Like that's where this person's energy is. And that's why their flirtation style is a little bit stale. It feels like there's peaks of passionate energy though. Like maybe it's just that sensual energy that they send you. Like, while they're passionate talking about whatever things may be boring to you, maybe they're like super in their devil death energy. Like it just feels very sensual. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to see. At the bottom, you have guidance as incoming energy. It came out in a different pile, so you may have wanted to select one of those. I'll put that here. Yeah, I can do that. It's fine. But incoming energy of guidance with the shaman in reverse, it tells me that this person, tries to share, like they try to teach you. Maybe that's what all of the random knowledge. This person likes to try to teach you. They try to share information with you. Like they're trying to help you learn in some sort of instance. And that's kind of the way that they flirt. Like is by sharing knowledge and information with you, right? Things that you may not be aware of with shaman in reverse. Like you may get like random messages or calls from this person with guidance, right? That's how this person flirts with you. So give me more energy for pile 3. Tell me more about pile 3's person, their crush. What is their crush's flirtatious style? How do they flirt? And how do they flirt with pile 3? And how do they feel? Let's see. Did that? No. Okay. Let's see. All right. Look at that. I just said the opposite of Scorpio, which is in reverse here, is Taurus. So Taurus, Scorpio axis. Honestly, some of you, your person, because we do have career, social status, your person may be like, they may be like a lawyer, right? Like they may deal with like paperwork regarding divorces. They may work in like places regarding death, right? Like, or sex work, right? Because like with this Scorpio Taurus axis, this is the axis of money straight up. Like Taurus is your money, Scorpio is other people's money, and now you've got 2 Scorpio placements here, and then Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. Like this person may talk to you a lot about how they plan to get ahead, how they plan to make money, how they plan to come into money, how you can do those things. That seems to be the general interest this person has. You know, second house of stuff. It's also a controlling energy, right? That controlling energy, because it is a house of mine. What is mine? What do I own? Okay? Interesting. Okay? Step out of your comfort zone, which is the North Node. Again, someone that's always trying to get ahead. They may constantly talk about things that make people uncomfortable, right? With step out of your comfort zone, but they also are trying to get ahead. So they constantly talk about things regarding money and career, and hence why divorcee and prized possession. It's like very material based individual, and that's kind of the things they talk about when they're flirting, okay? Specifically with you, okay? And Scorpio Taurus axis gives yours, mine, and ours as it relates to money and how money would be divided in a connection. Okay, at the bottom you have surrender to the divine, full moon. And I heard the words, let's put it all out in the open. Like, how many partners have you had? Who have you dated? Have you been married? Have you been divorced? Have you used someone for money? Has people used you for money? Like, what do you do for work? Like, this person's very interested in random facts about you. They may ask you a lot of questions, and they may share, possibly even overshare with you. Okay? Because they're trying to get to know you, and that's their only way of knowing how to flirt. Okay? So yeah, let me pull from these love-based oracle decks. They definitely want to know where you're, like, they may ask you, like, where are you headed in life? What do you want to be? Like, where you want to go? Like, because North Node is the path you're meant to ascend to in life. Like, it's who you're meant to become. One or both of you may have a nodal axis of Taurus I was going to say Taurus and Capricorn. So some of you have a Capricorn Cancer north-south node. Either way, flip it. But I feel very strongly that you or your person has north node, south node in Scorpio, Taurus. And it could be the houses, right? So Capricorn and Cancer, that is 4th and 10th house. I don't know why I'm acting like I don't remember that. But Taurus and Scorpio, it is 2nd and 8th. So it could be the houses as well that those nodes are placed in. But definitely something regarding control, the relationship with money, your money, other people's money, sharing and combining of resources. That's this person's like communication style, and it seems like they may have some trauma associated with that, possibly due to past connections or connections that they've witnessed, right? Because it looks like this divorcee energy has them turned off of, like, not turned off of connections, but has them at least weary of them. So let me see. Tell me more from these lovely oracle decks. Pile 3, your crush's flirtatious style. I'll take that one, but I'm not going to take these other ones. Retreat and children. Like, this person may talk about children, and like with retreat is like leaving something behind. So this person may talk about like leaving their children or having to leave their children or running because they're afraid of having children. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why that came out like that, but you do have, it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So yeah, this person, when they're flirting, they're the type to talk about all of the things that they require to be comfortable and fall in love. All right. And it makes sense. You have all of this energy here. Let me see. You get 2 more. We'll take the bottom from this deck. And I do have 2 other decks I want to use. Pile 3. Tell me more about your person's flirtatious style. Like, how do they flirt? How do they flirt with you? And how do they feel? I'm not going to lie. Something about you makes this person extremely comfortable. Even though maybe you shouldn't. It just, they have a fear. They have this interest normally. But something about you feels very stable, very grounded, very rooted. And it makes them want to step out of their comfort zone of like being detached and disinterested like that, so that they can like be prosperous with you, because you make this person feel safe. And they may say that. They may have conversations or like hint to you that they're interested in you because they see you as like a prized possession. Like you wouldn't milk them dry in a divorce, or like that you wouldn't hurt them, or like, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels very stable. Like something about you. And they may like constantly make sure you know like you're stable, you have it together, because all of this controlling energy is someone having it together, right? 4 of Cups is someone at least appearing to have it together. They don't have to take what's being offered to them because they don't want to, right? You have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Yeah. This person feels very strong, passionate feelings for you. They may communicate that to you. They may make sure that you know that they don't normally have these intense sensual urges. I hear that. Like 4 of Cups is someone that does not have those urges. This is someone in the Devil card. They have a lot of restraint. They're very comfortable. They're not easily moved. They're experienced enough in the Divorcee card that they're not easily moved by pretty arm candy. And that's not gender specific, okay? Like, they don't, like a trophy person that's like super attractive. They're not easily moved by that energy. And that may be them flirting, making sure you know how different and special you are, right? So let's see. My last card from this deck will take the bottom. Tell me more about Pile 3's person. Thank you. Children was determined to come out. Letter C may be relevant. You've got it 2 times. Exactly. Chemistry and children. Your love life is being affected by children. This person may talk about children. They may act very childlike, you know, very, like, in some instances, like, it's just something about, yeah, it feels like this person talks about having children, whether they have them, wish to have them, want nothing to do with them. Okay? Any of the stuff. Okay? Let's see. Some of you, this person, when they flirt with people, they fish to see if they have kids. Like that's part of like whatever they do to flirt, like some kind of way is like to gain information immediately to see if this person has kids. That's interesting. You have love yourself first. This person has like some selfish tendencies, I'm not gonna lie, but it says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And that's this person's, I don't want to call this person selfish because I don't think that's fair. I think this person has trauma. I think this person has been burned in the past. And so they have firm boundaries. And yeah, it doesn't feel like this person's like super selfish. They know exactly what they do and don't want. That's what I think that's healthy to a certain degree, to know what it is you do and don't want in a connection. Because most people are out here just winging it, okay? But love yourself first. This person may tell you they like how you carry yourself when they're flirting with you. Like they may compliment you because something about you the way you have it together. And even if you don't feel like you do, to this person you feel like the Four of Pentacles, right? Like you feel very stable. You feel like a prized possession, like someone that is really just grounded in this Taurus energy, right? Someone that's headed somewhere, even if you don't feel that way. So they're flirting with you in a means of making sure you know that they are open even when they don't feel open, to you, because you have your own stuff, your life, identity, and it's not something that they have to feel, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have to feel like something because listen, sorry, I don't mean to knock it. I'm not used to the new setup. And this is not a new setup if I didn't say it earlier. I'm just traveling, so it's a different setup temporarily. But it feels like something about dependence. So this person either fears commitment, and by extension, children, or something related to their children. They feel like they need to be with someone. Like some of you, this person may have been through a very traumatic divorce and it may have knocked them a bit financially, and now they have children. So they're looking for someone that's a little more independent so that they don't have another dependent, right? I can see that. And also this person, something like they feel like if they were to have children with you, you're independent enough to where you'd be able to at least help support them, especially in the sense of a divorce. This person's, they think a lot. Okay, so I just got with divorcee. It's like, okay, this person leads their flirt, like their pursuit of people. Like when they're gonna engage someone romantically, they lead with an energy of, okay, would we be okay in the event of a divorce? And there's a horn, like someone's like toot toot outside, but it's I guess I'm hitting on it, but like it's like, would this person be okay in an event of a divorce? Like your person, pile 3, is like, okay, if I have children with pile 3 in a divorce, would they be able to make it and help support the kids without me? And some of you is because they're flighty and they would 100% abandon a family. Not most of the energy, but I do feel like some of you, this person would abandon a family straight up, but possibly even start a new one. I'm not even gonna lie, but they want to make sure that, okay, if I'm not in the house day to day, would my children still have a quality upbringing, right? Because there's some type of trauma associated with that. So I can see that's very deep. And like, if you pay attention to the way this person flirts with you or the things that they say to you, you'll know exactly why it's that deep. Because you'll catch on. You'll be like, so that's why they were acting that way, or why they do the things they do, or say the things they say, right? So tell me more about pile 3's crush. How do they flirt with pile 3? How do they feel? And just so we're clear, like it's feeling like you kind of already passed the test. If you didn't know, like whatever weird test this person's doing to see like long term, right, the qualities they want in a person, you've made it past that. All right. Tell me more about pile 3's crush and how they flirt with them. Break up. Somebody, I'm telling you, some of you, this person's really been done poorly by some type of ex. Again, it could be an ex-spouse, could be just a long-term ex, someone they share children with, right? Some of you, they have an ex that they share children with, and that's topic of conversation, right? But breakup, it says time apart is on the horizon. This may be short term or long term. This is a type of person that will be like, okay, if I need space, how would you react to that? Like, I need distance sometime. Like, I travel, like I go off by myself. Like, how would you take that? Like, those are the types of things I'm seeing. Okay. But I definitely see that this topic of divorce and breakup being something that they use. Like, they may say, oh, pile 2. I mean, now you may want to watch pile 2. Don't feel pressured to, but they may be like, oh, pile 3 would 100% like divorce me if I did X, Y, or Z. Or pile 3 would 100% take me for all I've got if they divorce me. You know what I mean? Like, that's the energy coming through. Need more. There's a bunch of cards, but Divine Union tried to come out. And it tried to come out with ready for love. This person's the type that has to build themselves up to pursue somebody. It takes a lot for them to want to do it because of the trauma they carry. So ready for love says you've been understandably guarded, scared of being hurt again, but you took the time to heal. Now you are ready to try to love again. That is your person, but that is also the energy you give off. So this person, if you are guarded, if you are focused on yourself, if you're super independent and you're not worried about a partner, that is what it is that has this person engaged. Okay? As some of you, if there's been space, the space is healthy, right? Depending on the stage of a connection. Like, if it's a brand new crush, then it's too new for that. But like, if this is a connection, like someone you've been invested in, space is healthy for this connection long term. Like, so if there's the no contact right now, when this person comes in, it'll be a lot better. But right now, this person sees you as ready for love. Well, when they come in, depending on where you are, because you're focused on yourself, you're doing your own thing. Like, if you're the divorcee, you handled it well, you supported your children. Because I didn't read it from that perspective, even though it's always a polarity. If you are the divorcee, this person sees you as super valuable and they're happy you got that divorced or are getting that divorce, because breaking up and ready for love, they feel like they can swoop in because like you're a catch, and they know that you don't need a partner. You'd be fine alone, especially if you have kids. Like, you're good. And they find that extremely attractive, and they keep asking questions about your children, about the status of your divorce, about you, because they're hoping that eventually they'll have their shot. Just wanted that to come through for you, specifics. And it doesn't have to be as extreme as an actual divorce. It could be just you breaking up with a partner. Like, somebody's been waiting for you to let that ex go so that you can, this crush, so that you can be available to them. Okay? Yeah, let me see what else. I'm trying to think. Ready for love. Your stability makes this person comfortable and confident that they can pursue you. Okay, let me get my last one from this deck. I have one more deck after this. We'll take the bottom in a second. Magnetic souls. Your sacred souls are instantly drawn to each other. Yes. Okay, so we got ready to love, magnetic souls. So here's the thing. Those of you that are single, you're not asking about a specific crush, because this is my pile that has a lot of crushes, hence why the past energy coming in. Like, this person may be currently in a splitting from someone, or you may be currently splitting from someone, and in this split, this separation of becoming exes, you're wondering what's next, right? Well, what's next is, after this ending, you'll be ready for love, and you'll be attracting someone to you that matches your energy, that is comparable to you, someone that is on your level, okay? Especially if it's coming after a breakup, because like, by choosing to focus on you and yourself, you've stepped into an energy of attracting someone that is also like that, super independent and whatnot, okay? And then you have emotional support. Now is the time to check in with your emotions and your partner's thoughts and feelings. This person is very... So here's the thing. Even in their disinterest, this person, they may come across as, again, maybe dry, possibly even monotonous, but it's like they vent to you, or they want you to vent to them. So like the conversations are like a deep dive into like possible traumas and experiences and whatnot. Like this person, that it doesn't feel like this person flirts. They just go in and try to get to know you. Like it's not a flirt. Just go in, right? Like I don't like, none of this pile feels like flirt. Okay. There was a pile where the flirt card actually came out, but this one is not. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like someone that's drawn in and that really immediately tries to just get to know you, even if it's casual, like even if it's the most casual exchange ever. Like, I don't know, like you think of something random. Like if you go to a certain place to jog and like you see this person jogging, you always say hello. Like maybe when you break, I don't know, like this person just engages you in the most random topics. I can see that. Like, hey, if you ever need anything, or if you ever want to talk, blah, 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 right? This is the type of person that will engage, I'm not saying this is how you met this person. I'm saying this is someone that would 100% reach out to you when things are going wrong with you, even though you're not that close, and like get close to you through trying to be emotional support. I'm not saying they're trying to take advantage. I'm just saying I can see that with this person, okay? Especially if they've been through something similar or are going through something similar. This came out in another pile. It's probably why you wanted to pick it, but there you go. Something about you is exhilarating to this person. I'm not going to develop that energy. There's a subtle, sensual energy I mentioned earlier, even when this person is talking about the most mundane things with you. All right? Sorry, let me grab these. I don't feel like any of these cards are what I was called to take. I do want two more, so let me see. All right, thank you. Not now. So like I said, space is good for now. Okay, not now. Some of you, it's because of that divorce, right? It's because of that divorce. It has not happened, or the breakup or whatever. That's not my business. But the timing isn't quite right. So especially those of you that are singles, your person may be tied up right now with someone else before they can come into you, especially those of you that have no one in sight. Like you don't know this, like you have no one in sight, like you're trying to see who's going to come in. This person may be focused on other things. Okay, so let's see. Let me get my last card. No. Whatever you were thinking about when I had that pause that I don't know why I had just now. No. For better, for worse. Interesting. Let me see what's at the bottom. I may take another card just because I don't like to close it like that. Divine timing. Exactly. Not right now. Divine timing. So you can't rush it. You can't make it happen faster than you want it to. You can't try to control things with the devil card. Like it is what it is. Sorry. Don't mean to knock you, but literally don't mean to knock you. But divine timing. And it could be something associated with clocks, timers, since you've got them too. But yes, ecstasy is like, it is, yes, there is that magnetic attraction between the two of you. And if this is a current crush, someone you know, but the time is not right. And some of you later stage connections, if you are asking about a current partner, like if you should take the plunge and get married, it's too soon. Okay? If you're asking about separation from someone, I wouldn't go full on divorce. I would separate and fill it out. That's the advice here. I know this is not the nature of the reading. It's like, we're like, how's your person flirt with you and how do they feel? That's not what's coming through for some of you. Okay. And some of you, back on topic though, they tease, right? Like they'll give you a little bit, real sensual energy, and then pull back. Not now, no. And you know, 4 cups is rejection. Like this is someone that will literally reject you until they feel like it's the right time. And it could be the opposite. You keep rejecting them, they feel like eventually you'll be ready. Not that you have to change your mind, but that's how they feel, right? If you're the one that's rejecting them. But I doubt it, because this is your crush, right? Like, we're not leading with them having a crush on you. We're leading with you having a crush on them. So if they've been wishy-washy, right? All in and then not now and then no, divine timing. Okay? So that is all I have for you today, pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.